Welcome to Success Superstars, your place for inspiration and the blueprint of success for peak performers just like you. And my special guest, Jim Striegel. Jim, welcome.
Welcome.
Glad you're joining us here on the Zoom.
Same here.
Now, you've had an amazing real estate career. Has real estate been all you've done, or did you do something before real estate?
I did before real estate. I ran a company, sales of Izod Lacoste, the alligator shirt company.
Uh-huh.
And I took that from 100 million to $1 billion in a matter of 10 years.
So scaling businesses is something that you're used to doing.
Yes, it is.
When you came into real estate, you didn't do it like a traditional real estate person. You thought about scaling and building, and I think you have one of the largest CRMs of any agent I've ever talked with. Your CRM is massive, right?
Yes, it is.
Did you, was that hard to do? Did you have to do that by design? Obviously, it didn't happen overnight. How did you build such an amazing CRM?
Well, I think number one, when it comes down to sales and marketing, first thing I was taught, my uncle ran Neiman Marcus, and I got to know Zig Ziglar through my uncle. And one thing I learned is you don't take no for an answer. You do need to work 7 days a week. I think in life, if you want to be successful in sales, you've got to work, and you've got to love what you do. What I do in sales my whole life has not been work, because it's enjoyable. It's something that I enjoy.
Yeah.
I wanted to be successful. I wanted to have a great life, which I have, and I just enjoy what I do.
Yeah. The key I heard is you got to work, though. It doesn't come easy, does it?
No, it does not.
Now, speaking of not being easy, you've had a rough 2 years, and despite everything you've gone through, and we'll see what you want to share, but you're still in the top producing agents of 3,600. You just recently received a major top producer award at our national convention, but the last 2 years have not been easy for you. What would you like to share with the audience about still producing, still working while you're going through some major life disruptions?
Yeah, it's been very difficult. I pretty much won't stop. I'm not one that will stop. I've had issues with my health. I have been currently, I'm doing rehab on my legs because I could not walk anymore due to the fact that I was in a coma, and I did die 4 times, and I was brought back to life. It's very sensitive to me because of what I've put my wife through, and she's been there every minute, every second.
Yeah. And we know it hasn't been easy, and Jim, we know it's never easy.
Correct.
But you mentioned your wife, and obviously having a support system and having those people around you has been so important for you to maintain your success. How important has the network of people around you been?
It's been very, very big.
Yeah.
My wife's a CPA. She's a saint. She grew up, her dad is an Army general. He ran the Pentagon for 3 presidents, as well as Vietnam. And so she takes care of him to this day, helps him. He's 90, lives in South Lake, and she was taking care of me. And the commitment of life, when you make the vow of getting married, we made the commitment in good days and in bad days. And that's crucial in life.
and that discipline that she learned from her dad. You know, I'm a Air Force brat, and I was an Army guy, so the disciplines she's learned and the disciplines you've learned have helped you navigate through this rough time.
It has, without a doubt. It's just you can't stop, you can't take no, you just got to keep going.
Yeah. Now, obviously, you are a persistent, you never give up.
Correct.
What would you want to share with the audience? We have folks listening in from all over the world, from all over the United States, real estate sales people, mortgage professionals, financial folks. What would you say to them about, you know, a lot of people in your situation would have just given up and the business wouldn't keep going. You kept the business going while you were going through this amazing thing you just shared. That didn't happen by accident. That happened by sheer determination. How did you do it?
Just literally, I was raised, you don't give up, you don't take no for an answer. I just, you know, no matter how I feel, if I'm feeling bad, I'm still at my desk working, just like today, and I will work and I will make my 100+ calls a day. The biggest mistake people make in life, they don't follow up. They don't make the calls. They don't do what's necessary to be successful. I don't have to work. I can retire tomorrow. I'd be bored to death.
Yeah.
So this is something I enjoy.
Yeah. What would you do? Now, part of this is you also, many years ago, hired a personal assistant, which has been critical to helping you maintain while you were going through this. How important is having an assistant?
It's very important because I'm very demanding. I expect that assistant to do what's necessary. And they know that when I hire them. I let them know up front. This is not an easy task. I am not the easiest person to work for because I'm demanding. I expect the job done. And if they can't do the job, then I will find someone that can do it. I've just been very fortunate to have assistants that understand me.
Right. It's clear to me that you know who you are. You're comfortable in your own skin, and you can share that. You know, a lot of it is just setting expectations with clients, with people that work for you and people you work for. It's just setting expectations. If people know what to expect, things become easier, right?
Yes, they did.
Yeah. Now, you also did a book, I think, at some point, did you not?
Yeah, building wealth with a great lifestyle.
And what was the theme of that book?
Basically, having a great life that you enjoy, but also working to be successful and just continue going.
Yeah.
I purchased Tammy McLean, her husband's a realtor. She did the book with me, as well as Tony Jerry, who's one of the top coaches in the world. He's coached presidents. He lives here in Flower Mound. He's a friend of mine, and I've spent a lot of time with him and with Tammy, publishing, doing the book, and watching Tony. I used to go up to his office in 218 at his house, and I would listen to him. And it was very inspirational in what he did and what he taught.
Now, so many people listen to these coaches and just what I would call listen. What you do is listen and take action. Is there a difference?
Big action, big difference.
Yeah.
Most people do not have the ambition to go to the level from a coach, and you just got to continue. Now, I will say there's great coaches and there's medium coaches. Tony Jerry is one of the top coaches in the United States. He wouldn't be coaching presidents and the people he coaches, CEOs of major companies, his whole life if he wasn't someone that has inspiration in helping you.
Yeah. What's the difference between being what I would say inspired and feeling good versus taking action. Isn't that the difference here? What you do is you get inspired, you get motivated, but then you turn it into action versus just thinking about it.
Correct. I mean, you've got to take action, just like today.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll make over 100 phone calls. I don't give up. And you've got to take action and continue. Even though I can't walk yet, I'm still doing therapy to learn how to walk again. But it's not going to stop. I mean, you just got to continue always.
Yeah. Now, those 100 phone calls, now, so many people struggle with rejection and struggle with what I call the addiction of the opinions of other people. Making those 100 phone calls isn't going to be easy. You're going to have some rejection. You're going to have, but it's going to lead to some fruit. How did you get by the fear of rejection, the fear of not being liked, the fear of other people's opinions? How did you work through that?
You know, my uncle ran Neiman Marcus, and I got to know Zig Ziglar. Zig Ziglar taught me a lot. Basically, don't take rejection. Don't give up. So many people give up and they let phone calls from other people to affect them. I don't let it affect me. It just goes in one ear and out the other, and I will continue. If they tell me not to call again, I won't call. But again, another thing that I do is every day we send out letters to prospect buyers on our list. I mean, every day we send anywhere from 10 to 20 letters.
Right.
And it's a marketing piece that we mail.
Yeah. So you have a system. You have a system, a structure, and a process, and you
Correct.
execute your system even when you were going through near-death experiences.
Yes.
Yeah. What an inspiration, Jim. I know it was a little emotional telling about your story. I appreciate you sharing that with the audience. You're an inspiration to all of us. I want to thank you for being an inspiration, showing us how to be persistent, showing us how to stay in inspired action despite what's going on around us. You were a leader in this, of showing us how to not give up when no one would have faulted you for just giving up and throwing in the towel, but not Jim Striegel.
That's correct.
Yeah. Well, any last words of wisdom for the audience before we wrap up this episode?
I think number one, I would tell everybody, either you want to be successful or you don't. To be successful, you need to work 7 days a week. You need to make your calls every day. You need to don't take no, and consistently stay on top of your business. I don't care what it is. I have two companies. I have my real estate company. I have my winery in Napa Valley. I make calls to the restaurants and to everybody every day as well. I get up every morning at 4:30 a.m. I go to the gym and swim 3 miles a day. And then I get ready and I start my day. And I usually quit around 6 or 7 and enjoy the evening with some good wine with my wife.
Well, there you go. I love it. What's your favorite wine?
Red Mare Wines, my winery.
There you go. All right. Well, we'll look that up. I'm sure that's easily found on Google.
You can find it there. You can also buy it at Total Wine, as well as many restaurants.
There you go. All right, my friend. Well, what an inspiration. Thank you for joining us today and sharing your story. What an inspiration.
Thank you. I appreciate the time.
Well, there we go. That's a wrap for this episode of Success Superstars. Until we see you again, may your choices reflect your hopes and not your fears. Take care.